Hello there from Alton Towers. It's the final May Bank Holiday Saturday and we're here for the opening of Nemesis Sub-Terra, and we're also here to check out the Mardi Gras event that's taking place at Alton Towers currently. So in this video we're not going to go around all of the rides and talk about all of the rides. What we're going to do is cover mostly the opening of Nemesis Sub-Terra and all of the Mardi Gras stuff that's going on around Alton Towers. Also, keep an eye out in the next couple of days for a video about an upcoming event that we have at Alton Towers as well. So yeah, we'll go and check out the Nemesis Sub-Terra stuff, check out Mardi Gras. We're expecting a very busy day here at Alton Towers because the sun is out, there's lots going on, and it's a very noisy day at the park already. So yeah, let's see where the day takes us.
How are we doing?
All good, how are you?
Yes, really good, thank you.
Excellent.
You were sticking around for some shows?
Yeah, when are they on?
So we've got one starting in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
We go all the way through to 12:30. There's some shows down on Food Street as well, and then we've got parade at 6 o'clock.
Excellent.
So
thank you very much.
Don't miss it.
Morning.
Happy Mardi Gras, guys! Woohoo!
Happy Mardi Gras!
Thank you very much. You've got the moves there.
Oh, thank you very much. I got taught them in the toy box. Woo!
As you can imagine, a lot of people have run to Nemesis Sub-Terra. We're just having a bit of a slow walk over there. There is going to be a pre-show before it actually opens, so we'll try and get that on camera. And also I forgot to mention in the video intro as well that we are actually going to do a Nemesis Construction update, because of course that is in full swing at the minute. So we'll try and get a look at the track on the car park later on. We'll have a look from the viewing area, see what's going on, and just go from there. But yeah, it feels like it's going to be an exciting day at Towers. We're currently in a haunted hollow, which is always a nice way to walk around the park. And yeah, hopefully we won't have to queue too long for Sub-Terra. But to be honest, I'm more excited for the pre-show at the minute than anything else, because in terms of expectations with the ride, I don't think a lot's going to have changed. But it'll be good to do it.
It has come to our attention that false information has been shared regarding our investigation into Nemesis. We assure you that our extensive and ongoing tests prove that she poses no danger to the public. And as a gesture of our unshakable confidence, we invite you to view our latest discovery and to learn more about how we are creating a secure future for generations to come at the newly recommissioned Phalanx Research Facility.
These are all instructions given to you by the Phalanx.
We apologize for that brief interruption. I can assure you that everything is as it should be and is completely under control. And without further ado, it gives me great pride to announce the Phalanx Research Facility open. Please continue and enter as usual, and I repeat once again, everything is completely under control. Thank you.
You wait, Dr. We won't.
Thank you.
Enjoy your day. Excuse me, please.
Thank you.
The facility you are about to enter is one of Phalanx's most recent acquisitions, and potentially its most exciting. Phalanx was deployed to this location when excavations near the long-established Nemesis site revealed hidden cave systems extending for several kilometers below ground.
3 hours later. Yes, it really did take 3 hours to get on Sub-Terra and go through it. Well, where to start? Firstly, ride breakdown after ride breakdown after ride breakdown. That was the reason for it for taking forever. In what were the queue was around an hour and a half, 2 hours. Then once we got inside, the pre-show was poor, but we were actually stood in there for a good 10, 15, 20 minutes before the pre-show came on the tellies. Then we went through to the ride itself. The drop tower section is still there. Unfortunately, it didn't work. We got the drop tower sequence and then the ride broke down. So then we sat in there for a good 20, 30 minutes. It's not good towers, fortunately. The actual experience itself there is some tweaks in there. It is a little bit different to how it used to be. It fits in with what's going on with Nemesis, but all in all, I think overall that's been a really, really bad experience with the terrible sort of queuing situation with all the downtime and how long it took. And there's so many different queues and ways to get on it as well. There's like 3 or 4 different queues, and like the main queue is the one that hasn't been prioritized, so that doesn't help. And then, like I say, we go into the pre-show section and absolutely nothing happens. An actor forgets his lines, and then we stand there for ages waiting for anything else to happen. We get through on the ride, and then it breaks down. And then we're sat in very tight restraints with basically no feeling in our legs by the end of it. And then when it does finally get going, you can't enjoy the rest of the experience because you've been sat in that drop tower section for a good 30, 40 minutes waiting for something to happen. It's, yeah. I'm not in a rush to do it again, I've got to be honest. I mean, the ending is based on, I don't know, I couldn't take it in because of what's happened with the drop tower sequence. I really didn't enjoy it. I won't be rushing to do it again, that's for certain. So we'll go and have a look at the Nemesis track now and finish the video from there. But I just want to bring someone in actually, Ben. Am I exaggerating about that breakdown?
No, not at all.
No,
that was probably the worst breakdown I've ever seen. The issue was, obviously, you talked about with the girl who fainted.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, they were trying to get their attention, and
Yeah.
no one checked if we were okay. Obviously, with someone like me, I'm quite a big lad. I've got my thunder thighs, and just we went there 15 minutes more than that.
I mean, when did I message you, Becca? It was I messaged you said we were broke down, and then we were in there for.
Yeah, well, I heard it because they announced it out here that it was broken down at 20 to 2, given it's now 20 past 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just, I actually felt like the blood going away from my legs. I was surprised that I was still able to walk. The issue was that literally no one came to check on us.
No.
We were trying to keep the morale up, we tried to get a bit of a Mexican wave going.
Yeah.
All that kind of, I'm not too sure if it's directed at us, but when we were doing it, we were told over the tannoy to not get up from our seats.
Yeah.
As in, we were just trying to keep ourselves entertained.
Yeah.
It was just, that was probably the worst operations I've seen at Towers.
Yeah, it's
terrible.
It's not handled very well. I mean, we've all been given a one-shot fast track for the rapids, but to be quite honest, I mean, after queuing for all that time and then being stuck in the ride for that long, I'd have rather been given a food voucher, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not a good experience, but hopefully it'll improve as the days go on. But my lasting memory from today will be not a good start for Sub-Terra.
No.
It is really frustrating, the Sub-Terra situation, but not going to dwell on it, and now going to take a look at the Nemesis track, which is, well, there's quite a bit of it out here on the car park. We are heading home soon. Before I get onto that subject, there is something about Mardi Gras that I've not covered, and that is Food Street. That's near the Alton Towers ruins. Unfortunately, probably would have covered that, but with it taking so long to get on Sub-Terra and I mean absolutely starving and just ready to go home now, that's going to be something that gets covered probably in another video for the time being. And one last thing on Sub-Terra is I am going to give it another chance, but there is no way I am doing it on a Saturday or a Sunday. It's going to have to be a midweek. Get here, do it early. But there's no way I'm queuing that long for it again. I didn't want to queue that long for it in the first place. It shouldn't have been that long, but anyway, have a look at this new Nemesis track, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks, throughout June, probably come a couple of times in the midweek and have a look at what they're doing with it, because I've heard a few snippets about the track's going to be getting lifted in the next couple of weeks again. Some more of these sections that are behind me are going in, so hopefully get here to see that happening, or at least see it in place. But for now, let's have a look at the track. It's actually so cool seeing all this Nemesis track here. From what I can see, if I've counted correctly, there is 5 track sections here waiting to go in. I think, like I said a little bit earlier on, I think these track sections are probably going to be going in the next couple of weeks. I'd imagine there'll be more arriving soon. It's just exciting to watch this come together. I've got to be honest, I don't like the veins on the track. I just don't think it looks great. I think it would have looked better as just black track. But I get it, it's part of the story, it's part of the theme, and it's just one of those things though, I really do hope that they look after it, and that once the paint starts to wear off a little bit, that they start to look after it at that point and don't just let it become really rough looking in terms of the paint. But with it fitting in with this new story, and obviously they've chosen to paint it like this, I hope that they've got a plan to look after it in place. In terms of the project itself, I am really looking forward to seeing it coming together. I think when Blackpool Pleasure Beach built Icon, watching that come together, watching all the track going in, was one of probably the most exciting times for me being an enthusiast. So I think watching this going in, it's a very historic and legendary roller coaster, and it is a very historic thing we're going to be seeing, because I doubt in the next, if it has to get this sort of thing happen again, I don't think they'd replace it again. I think it would just go. So I think that the new Nemesis will be the last Nemesis of its type, if that makes sense. I don't see them doing this kind of thing again. I don't see them doing it with any of their other coasters either. I think when Oblivion's time's up and Galactica's time's up, I don't see them getting the same Nemesis refurb treatment. I think they'll just go and be replaced. So it's a bit of a historic thing that we're watching here, and it's exciting to see it all come together. And living so close to Towers like I do, I'll probably come down a couple of times in June and keep an eye on the progress. That's all for today. Sorry there's been a negative spin on the whole Sub-Terra thing, but it wasn't ideal what's gone on, but I'm not going to go on about it again. So that's all from me today. Many thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.